Good morning, welcome to a morning review on Monday the 11th of January. Let's look at the euro dollar first, and as you see, this channel it's been developing here on the euro. We've just seen a little break of the highs here. Getting close to its 4-hourly 500 there. It's just sitting above. Where to next? Well, we do have the daily pivots sitting below us and the weekly pivots sitting below us, so there is a possibility we could see a bit of a greater correction here. Chinese data overnight through the Asian session wasn't the most wonderful, with the inflation figures being low, and it's had a knock-on effect on commodities and equities round again. So we're just sort of seeing this sort of weakness. As I say, we could see a drop down to the daily 50, the daily pivot there, or maybe even the weekly pivot below. Would be a continuation of this move. Now it'll be an A, B sort of C movement. Now last week I said we were a bit oversold at the lows hit when we were sort of running around this sort of lows zone here. That's worked itself off now. According to my indicators, we got a little bit overbought through the Asian session here, and well, as I say, the potential for the euro is to the downside at the moment. It's just checking on the news side for the eurozone today, and there's not always on a day back from non-farm payrolls. There's nothing of significance sitting there. No, nothing at all of significance for the eurozone. No news-based events coming out. Let's look at the pound dollar. Pound dollar continued on Friday to the downside. It's 4-hourly wise, we're putting this sort of indecision sort of candles in. We've got a sort of a doji, another doji, and 3 dojis in a row there. Now this could pull back. It's got this weekly pivot above us. We've got some potential to the upside. We just run into 21s at the moment. Of course, last week, if it does start selling off, I've just put this on this current bar at the moment, but if it does start selling off, well, maybe we could see a bit of a continue to the downside there, and a test of the really the Sunday night lows there. So it's a possibility, but at the moment it looks like it could be going for its daily and weekly pivot, so it's going to be a bit sort of out of kilter with the euro if that also goes for its pivots. Okay, looking at the dollar yen. Dollar yen further the yen strengthening further against the dollar as it's pulled down further. Extreme on the RSI here, so well, maybe it'll just give us some sort of bounce around here. Has got the weekly pivots above, and the daily pivot will be above there as well, just both untouched. So again, like the euro, there's the potential for sort of a bit of strengthening effectively here, or in the euro's case weakening, but we've got this possibility there of that occurring. So that's for the yen. Looking at the Aussie dollar, another one. The Aussie dollar and the yen is starting to look very similar. If you just bring it back to the yen, same sort of patterns here. We bring the Aussie dollar back, and very similar sort of patterns here in some of the candles. So we're from here, we're already down to the monthly S2 pivot. It has got some RSI divergence sitting there across the 4-hourly bars. There is the potential for it. It's been testing these 21s quite a bit through the Asian session. There is a potential for it to break that, get up to that daily pivot. Will it get up to the weekly pivot? There's a possibility, but with all this resistance sitting in front of it, it might struggle somewhat. But certainly always a possibility, always a probability it could be hit, but not looking so sweet. Then looking at Canadian dollar again, as ever, just got a quick look at the oil. What's up with the oil? Well, the oil's selling off once again today by the looks of it, the futures on that. So that's looking like that could be heading down towards that significant $30 barrel at some stage. But at the moment, it's well, coming down to the 32 number once again, so heading towards that number, so certainly a possibility there. So seeing weakness for the Canadian dollar as it's pushing up there against the US dollar. It's hit the 142 area now, running to point of resistance. It's the nearest resistance I could find from many years back. There still is this sort of divergence going on the 4-hourly, and there is the potential for it to roll over. It's got the weekly pivot below us, no surprise there, daily pivot below us. So many of these currencies, they've got possibilities. We're really looking at the Canadian dollar needs a bit of strength against this US dollar, which is been beating it up a little bit. And it's the same with the pound. It's in and Aussie dollar, the weaker ones. We need these to strengthen. We need at the moment euro dollar to weaken a bit to get back down towards its pivot. So a bit of a different picture really. So again, possibilities here with the Canadian dollar to get down to a daily pivot at least. It's it's struggling a little bit there with what we've got going on at the moment. It may hit the 20s and find support there, but possibilities at this point, as I say, the divergence of the bigger time frames, it may just roll over and get back to the daily pivot. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. There's nothing else to report this morning. News-wise, it's very significant, very little significant news coming out this morning. In fact, nothing at all of any significance there really. Eurocentrics investor confidence coming at 9:30, not a mover at all. So nothing at all today. So we're left to the overspill from the Asian session there, and what we may see technically. That's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.